everybody else to say that they her best friend, they is not her best friend. They are there for an opportunity. They are using her for an opportunity. And the moment that they can get their opportunity, they're no longer going to be around her because they have their opportunity.
Somebody close to Claressa just said something that hit different, that the people calling themselves her best friends aren't really her friends at all. They're just waiting for their moment. And the second they get it, they disappear, baby. That's the line that started this entire storm. Let's get into it. Welcome back to Tea with Stella, where the tea is always hot, the receipts are always ready, and we never sugarcoat a single thing. I'm Stella. If you're new here, hit subscribe and turn on those bells. To my regulars, the cup is full. Let's spill it. It didn't start with a scream. It started with silence. The kind that makes everyone nervous before anyone even says why. For a while, this just looked like minor family tension. The kind every family has, nothing that would make headlines, but underneath something was building, waiting for the right moment to come out. Subtle signs, uncomfortable exchanges, questions nobody wanted to answer directly. Then Claressa's cousin stepped forward, and what she said wasn't small, wasn't dismissible. According to people close to the family, this wasn't random gossip. This was something serious enough to make everybody stop and actually pay attention. And maybe that line we just played wasn't about strangers at all. Maybe it was about family. Because when the people who are supposed to be in your corner the longest are the ones who turn around and say something that shakes the whole foundation, that hits different than any stranger ever could. Reports suggest the family is now deeply divided. Some relatives are standing firmly behind Claressa, refusing to entertain a single word against her. Others, they're hesitating, unsure who to actually believe. And a few quietly, carefully, have started leaning toward Papoose's side of the story instead. This isn't a clean situation anymore, baby. This is a family being pulled apart in real time in front of an audience that wasn't supposed to be watching.
Well, when I moved them all into my house, I just went back to what I knew, which was tricking and selling drugs. You feel me? So that's what I was doing. And I ended up getting pregnant. And at the time, I really didn't have the funds because of everybody that I was taking care of. So I asked Claressa, I'm like, can I get $500 so I can go get an abortion? She was like, I don't believe in abortions. You're going to burn in hell. God don't like for you to kill babies. Just keep it and I'm going to adopt the baby. I was like, you sure? Are you positive? She was like, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. It's not my responsibility no more. Boom.
So you gave her your baby.
Now let's talk about Papoose, because his reaction to all of this tells its own story. While Claressa is reportedly going over every message, every financial record, every detail trying to make sense of what's happening, Papoose is staying calm, composed, almost too composed for someone facing this level of accusation. According to insiders, he's been reaching out to family members and mutual connections, not loudly, not publicly, but strategically. Quiet conversations, careful words, the kind of moves that don't look like panic. They look like planning. Calm isn't always confidence, baby. Sometimes calm is just someone who already rehearsed this moment in their head long before it ever happened out loud. And here's the contrast that makes this whole thing feel so uneven. She's documenting everything, messages, screenshots, conversations, trying to protect herself and hold on to some version of the truth. He's allegedly shaping the narrative from behind the scenes, influencing how people perceive the entire situation without ever raising his voice once. That is not the same fight. One person is scrambling to prove what's real. The other person appears to already have a plan for how this story ends. So ask yourself this. When one person panics and the other doesn't even blink, who do you think actually knew this was coming?
He's in love with the thought of taking her money. He's not in love with her. Okay, because I see what it looks like when a person is in love. I know what it is when a person's in love because I've seen be in love with me. You get what I'm saying? So they bend over backwards. That is playing chess and she's playing checkers, okay? And in a minute, she's going to get checkmate and he's going to find out just how unhinged she really is. Y'all think that I'm unhinged. You think I'm off my rocker. Y'all know she used to get a disability check.
How did the Disability Association get up in here in this conversation?
And then it happened. The confrontation everyone saw building from a distance. Claressa reportedly confronted Papoose directly, face to face, emotions completely raw. She accused him outright, demanding answers, wanting to understand how something she trusted so completely could turn into this. And according to those who witnessed it, Papoose didn't match that energy at all. No raised voice, no defensive outburst, just a steady, controlled tone suggesting he was simply making sure the truth came out. Even if it was hard for her to hear, baby, that response alone left people in the room shaken, because watching someone stay that calm while being accused of something this serious doesn't read as innocence to everybody. To some, it read as rehearsed. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, the family group chats turned into something closer to courtrooms. Everybody picking a side, nobody agreeing on the verdict. Messages flying back and forth, accusations stacking on top of accusations, friends outside the immediate family, even getting pulled into the chaos, forced to choose a lane, whether they wanted to or not. And just when it seemed like this confrontation was the peak of the entire situation, it wasn't even close, because the cousin came back with even more claims. Specific details this time allegedly pointing to financial choices, personal decisions, even public appearances that may have been quietly shaped by Papoose over time without Claressa fully realizing it was happening. Who's really in control here? At this point, even the people inside that family aren't sure anymore.
You're more relatable when you tell the truth about what the is going on in your life, because the next person that grew up like you know that they got a chance. You around here trying to make it seem like you wasn't never a dusty, dirty ass bitch. You were.
Now I'm gonna get blamed for this. And
the only reason why you know how to fight is because I taught you how to fight. You used to get ran home from Gundry Elementary.
You look like you got some hands. I wouldn't with you.
I got these
So
bitches.
let's zoom out, because this stopped being a private family matter a long time ago. Claressa, according to reports, hasn't been sleeping. She's replaying every claim, every conversation, caught somewhere between anger, betrayal, and pure disbelief. Her training, her work, even regular family gatherings have reportedly turned tense and uncomfortable, filled with silence that says more than words ever could. Papoose, meanwhile, is allegedly continuing to operate quietly and strategically, sharing selective information with selective people, letting the story shape itself in his favor without ever needing to defend himself loudly in public. And maybe somebody in that family already knew this from the very beginning, that the people closest to you can still be there for the opportunity, not for you. That line we opened with, it's starting to feel less like an offhand comment and more like a warning nobody took seriously enough at the time. The family is fractured. Trust is broken in multiple directions at once. And with every new claim that surfaces, the entire balance of this story shifts again. Nobody in that family knows who's telling the truth anymore. And maybe that's exactly how somebody wanted it. Think about how rare that actually is. Families fight all the time, but most family conflicts have a clear villain and a clear victim within a day or two. This one doesn't. Every time someone picks a side, a new detail comes out that makes them question that choice all over again. That's not normal family drama. That's a situation being managed layer by layer in real time. And here's what really stands out to me. Claressa is someone who has never needed to fight for credibility in any other part of her life. She's proven herself in the ring, in interviews, in front of millions of people. But inside her own family right now, she's having to document conversations just to protect her own version of events. That's a strange position for someone that accomplished to be in. Meanwhile, Papoose continues to look like a man who isn't worried about the outcome at all. And in situations like this, that kind of comfort either means someone is completely innocent or someone already knows exactly how the story ends before anyone else does. So that's today's tea. A cousin's bombshell claim. A family splitting down the middle, a confrontation that left more questions than answers, and a calm so steady, some people can't help but wonder what's actually behind it. 2 questions for you today. 1, do you think the cousin's claims are real, or is this family drama getting exaggerated along the way? 2, is Papoose's calm a sign that he's innocent, or a sign that he already knew exactly how this was going to play out? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one. If today's cup hit right, hit that like button. Subscribe to Tea with Stella and share this with somebody who needs to see it. I'm Stella. The tea is always hot here, and I'll see you in the next one. Nah.